I'm doing the Pulitzer Prize project on The Girl in the Window. My three-word description is neglected and abused. Story synopsis. In a roach-infested house, a young girl was abused and neglected by her mother. She never learned how to talk, play with toys, or even use the bathroom. Years later, police discovered Danielle. She was immediately taken to the hospital, and weeks after, she was put into foster care. Danielle's birth mother had to waive her parental rights and was given 2 years of house arrest, probation, and 100 hours of community service. In 2007, Bernie and Danae chose to adopt Danielle. She was soon on her way to learning simple tasks and becoming the girl she was always meant to be. Background on the writer. Lane DeGregory graduated from the University of Virginia and earned a master's degree in rhetoric and communication studies. Throughout college, she was the editor-in-chief of the Cavalier Daily newspaper. Later on, she wrote news and feature stories for the Virginian Pilot. She then moved to Florida to write for the St. Petersburg Times and got married and had 2 children. Why DeGregory is the right person. DeGregory uses imagery to describe the scenes throughout this story. She writes as if the reader is right next to her watching the story unfold. She uses tons of experience. She has tons of experience on giving interviews and writing true stories about all different types of people. Important paragraphs. She lay on a torn, moldy mattress on the floor. She was curled on her side, long legs tucked into her emaciated chest. Her ribs and collarbone jutted out. One skinny arm was slung over her face. Her black hair was matted, crawled with lice. Insect bites, rashes, and sores packed her skin. Though she looked old enough to be in school, she was naked except for a swollen diaper. First, he saw the girl's eyes, dark and wide, unfocused, unblinking. She wasn't looking at him so much as looking through him. I thought this was a really important paragraph because it is important to recognize the imagery that DeGregory uses, which I think gives the reader an important description of Danielle to further understand the neglect and abuse that she was put through early on in her life. Another important paragraph, her behavior was different than any other child I've ever seen, said Kevin O'Keefe, Danielle's first teacher. If you put food anywhere near her, she'd grab it and mouth it like a baby, he said. She had a lot of episodes of great agitation, yelling, flailing her arms, rolling into a fetal position. She'd crawl up in a closet just to be away from everyone. She didn't know how to climb a slide or swing on a swing. She didn't want to be touched. It took her a year just to become consolable, he said. I think this paragraph really stood out to me because I think it is important to recognize Danielle's normal behavior in everyday life, and that helps to understand the way she was taken care of throughout the first few years of her life. Why do I think this work merits this award? I think it is very moving and vastly detailed story that more people need to be educated on. It is an eye-opener that is both heartbreaking and heartwarming at the same time. This story shows that anything is possible and everyone is capable of more than they can imagine. Thank you.